On this episode, we talk about junk mail, and that leads to politics.
Oh, I got him started on one.
What's the tie-in with junk mail and politics? Well, you'll have to listen and find out. What else, Amanda?
And Walmart delivery finally failed me.
Yeah, and I got exercise out of it.
Find out.
Anything else? Oh, the Postal Service. We give you the ins and outs, the stats, everything you need to know about this service that makes no money, costs us
All right.
$9 billion a year.
Enough.
Check it out.
We ain't starting again.
Welcome back. Episode 71. That would be Amanda. For some reason, before we start every podcast now, she's doing a pterodactyl sound. If we knew what a pterodactyl sounded like.
Sounds like that.
We're just assuming. Well, Amanda's happy today.
Well, once again, if you've been here a hot minute, if you've listened to us we've talked about it several times. I do not go to Walmart and I do not buy groceries. I either pick them up or have them delivered now since my car's been torn up and I don't know when a truck's going to be here that I can use. So I've been having them to...
You mean a vehicle at your disposal?
We got all trucks out there, okay. So I call them trucks.
Well, people don't understand what that means, a truck. One of our vehicles, other vehicles that we drive is available for you to use. Okay. Go ahead.
So I've had them delivered for this third one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, to the house. And I used to really not even like delivering it to the house because I don't want somebody to know where I live. Well, apparently they don't know where I live today because I got my notification. They're on their way. And then I'm sitting back there waiting to hear the car drive down the driveway, and I never hear it. And I'm like, well, what the heck?
And I was actually outside. I fished a little bit.
I know, I thought, well, Jody will hear them too. He'll see them.
You gave me a heads up. You said they were one stop away. So whatever that means. One stop away. I don't know if that's 20 minutes away.
It said like 10 minutes or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go on the app and check. Well, it says delivered. And it had a picture. And I'm like, here we go. I get on that picture and I'm like, not our house. I don't even know where it's at because it took me a minute to realize what the picture was of to where the groceries were. And then I figured it out. And they delivered it to the neighbor's house. All of it on the ground. And the neighbor has a dog. You're talking bread. You're talking meats. You're talking all the stuff. You're talking tissue paper, paper towels.
They didn't even take it to the front door.
No, it wasn't even at the front door. It was in his little pull-in garage thing.
Yeah, that's away from the house.
Yeah.
But it's not included. It's just got a decorative top. It's not even enclosed.
Yeah, it's not like a garage. Yeah. I mean, it is, but it's not. I don't know, whatever. So, you know what I did? I probably...
Well, if there's a dog, you see a dog, why would you put all this stuff? Yeah, like you said, frozen stuff. We had milk. You had all the bread.
But some of it was on his golf cart.
The bread was on the golf cart and then sparkle paper towels, which we didn't see. We went up there to get it all.
Yeah, I thought we didn't even get half of it because I'm like, well, where's this, and this? And they're like, not here. And I'm about to do a big old refund and write a bad review and everything. So, lesson learned. I usually put in there that I have to give them a code. And I didn't this time because last 2 times it's been...
What does that mean? Explain that.
So, you can either mark deliver and leave at your door, or you can mark has to be signed for. And what that means is... Walmart gives you a code, and you have to give that code to the driver before they can deliver your groceries. So that's what I will be doing from now on.
So does that mean they pull in your drive, they shoot that code to you? Or what?
No, Walmart gives you that code, and you're supposed to tell it to the driver. And it's supposed to match the driver's code.
Okay, so you have to have an interaction.
Yes.
Okay.
So I might have been a little bit mean. And that was not me hitting the wall. I might have been a little bit mean. I went in there,
well, Can you go in and take the tip away in a situation?
Give me a minute.
Oh, sorry. I'll be over here if you need me.
Okay, let me talk. I went in. You got 3 hours to decide your tip. I went in and half their tip. I took half their tip away. That's probably mean. But...
Well, if you check the mark to where they're supposed to deliver it to your door, is that what the other option was you said?
Yeah.
Deliver it. They didn't even do that.
Right. It wasn't even at my door.
I mean, if this was your house and they deliver it, it's in the garage. You would physically have to go out of there, which I said this is what, like 4. I mean, it's, I don't know how to explain the garage, but anyway, you go out of the garage, steps going down, a walkway to the front porch, steps going up, you're on the porch, 5 steps, you're at that front door of that house. So you're not even close to the front door if you think this is the house that
and
you're
I
delivering
get
to.
it. People think when you pull in our driveway that the first house is ours. There's 2 mailboxes right there, one on each side of the driveway.
But if you see the driveway keeps going, you can see our house.
The house.
It's not like it's hidden.
So I think I would check it, or something. I don't know, but maybe I was a little mean. But
aren't you assuming if you're a driver that the people's going to be there? Hey, I'm delivering cold stuff, milk and all that, and they,
right.
You're not just going to leave it at the front door with nobody there.
Well, they don't know that nobody's there. I mean, your teenager could be there and supposed to get them in and no car's there. I mean, so.
Well, you'd think they would show up. They would come out. That's my point. Because we come out and get it out of their car.
Yeah, we do, but everybody don't.
Right. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know what you can and can't do and what they can
everybody
and can't
don't. They just let them deliver at their door and then they go out and get it.
See, I don't like this whole thing because you get some evil person that decides to be one of these delivery persons, which this can happen anywhere, whatever job you're in. But then, like, now that you've made this person mad, I mean, the next time they get our order,
they won't pick us. Well, you could write in there. So I did. I mean, I wrote.
Tell us exactly what you did.
I don't know.
Maybe not word for word, but
blacked out.
What did you explain?
I put she didn't deliver it to the right house.
And that's it?
That's all. Short and sweet.
Okay.
We'll see if I get any kind of.
And that's supposed to be mean?
I don't know.
But they should. Hey, if you don't deliver to the right house, you're not getting a tip. Yeah, exactly. Why am I giving you a tip? You did not perform your task. Especially when I had to walk up the hill 3 times.
Oh, I know.
They need to pay me.
Well, you should have took the truck to start with.
Well, we did the second go around, and then when we came back,
you should have just made him get them
and then
off.
you said there was stuff on the guy's golf cart too, the neighbor's golf cart. Then we're like,
because I could see that picture. I could see when it took me a minute to figure out what it was. So,
but we did get to feed the neighbor's dog. So while we're over there, so
Jody thinks he's got to take care of the neighbor's dog.
Well, I do, since his ribs are showing. he's in dire need of food. So
bless his heart.
I know. Great dog, absolutely great dog. About knocked us both down. He was so excited. He thought we were coming to see him.
Oh.
We're like, hey, you've come further in the yard than you normally do. Oh, you're up in the garage. Now we can play. He's jumping around and got some sharp claws, by the way. So you got to watch if he ever well, I know you're not going to be involved in him jumping on you because you don't go up there. But
I don't go up there unless my packages are delivered to the wrong house. So that was my day. And I got another thing for you.
What you got? Go.
My Easter decorations are still up.
Okay.
You ain't even noticed.
I have not.
But let me ask you this.
But hold on, before you go any further, you can't keep bringing this up because then this goes back on me, all the episodes that I've harped on other people and their decorations, and now you're making me look bad.
This is spring decorations, except for the ones that say Easter.
I did see a Christmas wreath on a house this week, by the way.
I thought you was about to say here. I was about to say, Okay, so let me ask you this.
Hold on, one more thing. You always get on to me for saying, let me ask you this. And what comes out of your mouth? Let me ask you this.
I don't get on to you for that.
You don't. When you say, I always say, let me ask you this.
You do.
And
so now you've rubbed off on me.
All right, go ahead.
Let me ask you this. I have a What are they called? I can't remember what they called.
Couldn't tell you.
The little things that the little figurines you used to buy me, but we ran out of them.
Willow tree.
Yeah, willow tree. So I have a willow tree that's kind of Christmas. It's Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus, and I leave it out year round.
Yeah.
Am I okay with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. It looks nothing like Christmas.
Because-
and it's Mary.
But we're going with Santa
yeah.
Claus type stuff.
Yeah.
Anything like that is
So
what
I'm
you
good
need to
with
put
that,
away.
right?
Yeah, like the Christmas wreath I saw.
Take it down.
It's distinct.
Are you sure it
what
didn't
it
have
is.
some
It's
spring
I know what
flowers?
I know what it is. No, it's the Christmas colors, if that's such a thing.
Well,
the
maybe
green with the wreath, the
maybe
red.
they like Christmas colors for spring.
Well,
Oh, they're leaving it up for Christmas in July. They already decorated for Christmas in July. You heard of that before?
yes, I've heard of Christmas in July, and that makes no sense, but whatever.
Well, they're getting ready for Christmas in July early.
Okay.
They got so much to put out, they just start.
I have been stuck on.
You was about to do it.
No, I was not.
You was about
I was
to.
going to tell you, I've been stuck on some different music that you would hate, by the way.
Well, that's not very nice.
Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. Do you know
Plantin'?
who? Robert Plant and Alison Krauss.
Yes.
Do you know who Alison Krauss is?
Yes.
Who? Tell
Alison
me.
Krauss. She plays the violin.
With Union Station.
Yeah.
Used to be. I don't guess she's a part of that anymore. You know, they did it in Robert Plant. You know who that is? Tell me who that is.
Somebody you like.
Be more specific.
Somebody that sings.
Be more specific.
Somebody that sings songs that I don't really listen to.
He was the lead singer for Led Zeppelin.
Exactly.
Anyway, they've done
Stop
two.
trying to trap me.
Yeah, two studio albums. One like 2007, and one was 2021, right during the pandemic. So they've spread them out pretty much. But they've won Grammys, all kinds of stuff for these. Well, I've really gotten into these albums, and I've been listening to them hot and heavy. And I'm just saying they're really good. If you like folky type music, country.
What?
Yeah,
Folky?
folky.
What the heck's folky?
Bluegrass.
I'm gonna need a definition of that.
Folk. It's folk music. I just said folky.
What the heck? I need definition for folky.
So really, some of them. I mean, she sings so good,
I do like her.
and you know, he's got a kind of a raspy. Which he's oh my goodness, he's
Well, he's 90, ain't he?
probably 78, something like that. I mean, Led Zeppelin. I mean, is the late 60s, all of the 70s.
He wasn't no spring chicken then, was
No, I saw him in concert, by the way, in
he? Of course
Birmingham.
you did. Of course you
I
did.
think I looked back; it was 1993 at Oak Mountain Amphitheater in Birmingham.
You want to know how old I was in 93?
Were you born yet? Let's see. In 93, you'd have been 12. Is that right?
Yeah.
I just threw that number out
13.
there.
Yeah, you did good.
Yeah. Well, that's why I didn't take you. First of all, I didn't know you, and second of all, you'd have been 12 or 13, and I'm not taking
you
you
were
to college.
11th grader?
Yeah.
We
Something like
just
that.
told
I
our
bought a
age,
Led
didn't we?
Zeppelin t-shirt at that concert. I do remember that. And then once I got it home, it was like a size too small. It really bothered me. You know when you got a shirt that fits just a little bit too tight and you don't feel comfortable wearing it? Well, that's what it was with that shirt. So
You know
as
what I miss?
as I wear a shirt with no sleeves right now.
As you showing the guns right now in your farmer's tan.
I'm showing my no, I don't have much of a farmer.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Look at that white right there. It's as white as your shirt.
the tan has moved up my arm to my shoulders now.
You're looking at the wrong one. Look at that one right there.
Well, that-
Woo! Look at
that's-
that gun right there. It's pure white.
That's the inside of my arm. Now, if I laid out on my back and put my
Yeah.
arms over my head to get sun, yes, I could get sun on the inside of my arms, but I don't do that. So leave
know
my
what?
mic alone.
You know what I miss? You were talking about concerts.
You know what I mean? We need to rearrange so I can like face you because it doesn't work out for me trying to turn to look at you since
Right.
my
Yeah,
neck surgery.
we need to.
So a lot of it's
we'll
funny.
We'll ask chat how to rearrange our room in here.
It's funny when you're talking and stuff, and you sniff into the mic all the time.
I
by the
always
way.
do.
You
That's my
don't- I
signature.
just don't think you realize it because you don't wear headphones. If
I
you
do
wore,
realize it. You don't realize that I do it
Well,
on
if you
purpose.
wore headphones, you'd realize how loud it is,
Doesn't
and you
bother
would stop
me.
doing it.
I'm not going to stop.
But I wish you would. I'm just saying is when you're talking, I'm looking straight ahead. I'm not looking nowhere at you
I
as
never
we're talking.
look at you when I talk.
So we're
'Cause I'm
addressing
gonna
each other, and
laugh
I'm
at you.
hardly ever looking at you.
Because I'm going to laugh at you. Anyway, speaking of concerts, what happened to going and waiting in line for concert tickets? And waiting on the phone, trying to call in and
trying to get the best tickets.
Best tickets. I mean, you used to have to be in line at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning around here where we were. It was Bruno's and Sound Shop.
They're trying to change all that now. Ticketmaster, what's the ones that you call that handle that now? I said
I don't even know.
I think they've got like a monopoly on it. From my understanding,
I can't
it's
tell you
like
the last time we got tickets.
it's like these companies can gobble up, say, the front rows, so many seats, and then hold on to them and then get more money when they sell them later on. Instead of
StubHub? Is StubHub one?
Yeah, that's one of them. Instead of the good old days, like when you actually fought for them by either being in line, camping out, because we camped out for tickets all the time. I would not camp out for anybody.
That's like Black Friday now.
Yeah.
It ain't fun like it used to be.
Mm-mm. You would be in line, and then once it got, and I don't remember, was it 10 o'clock they go on sale, I think?
But you in line at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
If not, 8 o'clock the night before.
Yeah.
But once it gets 10 o'clock and say you're 10th in line or whatever, you're on the phone.
Seeing which way you can get them faster.
Yeah. Or I'm getting tickets for somebody else that's in line that's further back. Or however it works, whoever gets through it's totally different. You're right. Totally different. And I don't even know what ticket prices are for anybody.
No
any
clue.
Show. We were talking $20, $30 when I used to go.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's not that.
Oh, I know it's a lot more than that, but I don't. I mean, is your average ticket going to be $80 a ticket?
I don't know.
Or $100? $75? I don't know.
No clue. It's not something.
Nate Bargatze is coming to Birmingham, and I can't remember now how much the tickets were because it was going to be, when I looked at them, it was like, hey, we've got 8, 9, 10 months before he's coming. You could actually get some good tickets right now. But I think they're like, a little bit more than I wanted to pay.
Oh, yeah.
Like $65 or something?
No, I think they were more than that. Because I kind of remember you telling me, and I said, well, do you want to go? And then you looked them up, and you had already said, no, we ain't going. I'm pretty sure it was over $80.
Might be. You got to think.
If you know Jody, he ain't paying.
Well, if you've got 3 people going, if you got a teenage, any kind of kid, because he's clean.
Well, it's just like Monster Jam we used to go to.
I know, but since he's a clean, you could have any age kid go to that. So if there's 3 of you, I can't see spending almost $200
tickets.
Yeah, so $250 on tickets, and then you've got to get something to eat before, or you're getting something while you're there. You get something while you're there. There's another $50 just on just a little bit.
There's probably more than that.
French fries and a couple of waters.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I don't know how you do it. Just like, if you go to a ball game, same thing. I mean, you're spending so much more than you want to.
It's the memories.
Well, and you sure can't buy like merch, like a shirt, because it will be like $40, $40, $50, $60 for a shirt. That is crazy. That is crazy.
How did we get on that topic?
I don't know, because I wanted to talk about, do you remember You've Got Mail?
Yes.
But not email. We're talking about the United States Postal Service.
The USPS?
Yeah. And I thought about this today because we saw several. And they've got that little, I'll call it a wing. It's on the outside of their window. It's like almost like what would you call it?
Curtain.
Not a curtain. Deflector outside the visor. Something that keeps the water, if it's raining or anything like that keeps them dry, keeps them from getting as wet. Smart. It is smart. I'm surprised. I've seen it for a while now, but I'm just thinking, if they'd have came out with that a long time ago, there'd be a lot more happier mail people, I'm sure.
So what are we talking about the mail for?
Well, why not? Why would we not talk about them?
I want to talk about these stupid spam calls that I keep getting that I've been approved for the $90,000 loan. Spam calls are getting so bad. And you can put them on the do not call and the block list, and you can block them, and you can do that. But they're going to call you with another number. And
Right, back to the United States Postal Service.
I know, sorry. You
Can we-
wanted me to
did-
kill time, and I had that
Well,
call on my phone.
Not necessarily right in the middle of when I was going to start my rant.
You looked at me like, kill some time, I got to look something
I
up.
did
so-
not either. I had to-
Yeah, you did.
Oh my goodness. No, my point being is that why are we getting 6-day-a-week service through the post office?
I don't know.
Is that a crazy question?
Paper, it doesn't do every day like it used to, does
Our
it?
local paper, I don't even, is it 3 days a week or 2 days
I don't
a week?
even
It might be
know.
2 days a week,
I don't.
which that has nothing to do with the
Oh, I
mail.
know. Right. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was something that we got every day.
Right.
I mean, we did. We never got the paper, but our
We did
parents
for a
did.
little while. Yeah.
Our parents did.
Yeah, look, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you had, I can remember living back at home. I remember at a certain time of night, you heard the car come down our road. It was the newspaper guy delivering papers early in the morning, And so now my question about this is, Postal Service is not profitable at all. Hadn't been profitable in a long time. Why are we just sitting on this, throwing money at it? And I'll get into a little bit of it here in a minute, but why, if you're running a business, and that's why I think government should be run like a business. So why are we, and they work on Sundays sometimes too. I've seen the post.
It's just packages on Sundays.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. They didn't always do that, though.
No. Why can't we not break it down to 4 days a week? If you're coming down, if we get mail, what do
Is
we
it
get?
because of
How much
packages?
mail do we get? How much mail do we
We
get a
get
week?
more junk mail than we get any kind of mail.
Okay,
because I get all my stuff
Everything is
electronic.
digital. Yeah, electronic.
Or you got apps for your stuff
I
that
get-
you...
I get emails, so I don't have to send somebody a letter. You can send them an email. That's how everything, special occasions I get.
Yeah.
Weddings, anniversaries, baby showers, whatever it is. Yes, you're invited. Got it. What I'm saying is bills no longer have to come through the mail.
No, most of them,
Period.
they want you to choose
Yes.
no paper. What's
because
it called?
can't-
Paperless.
because it's so expensive
Yeah.
to send. And I don't know how much a stamp is now, but it goes up every couple of years.
70.
That is outrageous.
Okay,
I was still thinking 40
we
something
have
cents.
we have a meter thing at work, and I think we pay 71 cents. We get a little bit of a discount, and a stamp might be 75 or 74. But we have, so at church where I work,
How does that help y'all out? Does
we
it?
don't have to go to the post office. We don't have to buy stamps. We just run it through the stamp machine, the meter.
How do you save money?
It gives you a little bit of a break like that.
So have you paid that in advance, or are you paying it how often?
We load our postage machine with like $300 every so often. And we have to pay, so we send out a monthly letter, and it's called bulk mailing or whatever. I can't remember what it's called. So we pay for a permit, and that gives us the number, and it's like printed. We don't run it through the postage machine. It's a permit. We pay so much a year, but then, and we get a pretty good discount on the mailings. So you pay for that permit, but you're still paying for every piece of mail I mail with that permit number on it.
And you're saving money. Is that what you're telling me?
No. I mean,
Well, that's how you started off with.
well,
you said
that
you're saving.
permit, so we pay, so I'm sending out over 200 and something pieces of mail every month in just my little thing that I do. In this one little mailing thing that I do. And we're paying like $48 for it. So what's that?
$48 for the 200?
For the 200. But that's on top of the permit that we paid for to have for the whole year.
I don't understand the permit.
It's a mailing permit. You gotta have it. That's just what it's called. It's
You've
for
got
bulk.
to have it?
Yeah. If you mail it this way, you do. If you mail it this way, the way we do, we've done it out, and this is the cheapest way to go. So yeah, we've already done all the math on it.
That's how they get you. The permit. We're going to, gotta have a permit.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's our permit number. It's on everything.
So let me go back to what I was saying. Let's just drop to 4 days a week. 4 days. All right. You've got that junk mail you've got to get to my house on Monday. Tuesday, I'll be getting more junk mail. Wednesday, I get, let's just say the water bill once a month, right? So I'm getting it Wednesday. Thursday, I'm just getting some junk mail, credit card stuff, all this kind of stuff. All right, well, realistically, I only need you to come once a week. Bring me all that stuff at once. Rubber band
Just
it.
save it.
Rubber band it. Bulk it up.
Save it.
Yeah, let it pile up and then bring it on one day.
Do mail carriers get their gas paid for, or do they have to pay it?
They get some kind of something. I should have looked that up.
Some kind of
I did look up
for?
the pay, but I don't know. I don't know. It's not mileage, but it's like an allowance, I guess.
Because that's some wear and tear on your car.
Yeah, that's the way they want it. That's like most of them. That's why they want you to drive your car, because we'll give you an allowance. That way we're not buying a vehicle for you to drive. And
Unless
then we're in charge of the maintenance.
If you're around here and you're in town, they give you the little...
Yeah, those are different when it's in-city type routes. I get all that. So back to my 4-day-a-week thing. See, realistically, once a week for us, just because... And that's what they ought to do. They could look at it.
And you know what? The water bill is probably the only bill that you cannot get paperless.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's why I mentioned water bill.
Or the only one we don't get. I think.
So even 4 days a week for us is a lot. But I'm just saying, so you come down this road right here, right? Mm-hmm. Our stretch, 0.7 of a mile is how much it is from, there's a certain sign where the road forks, and it's a dead end. So why are you coming down here to deliver to 3 houses when you could come, instead of 5 days a week, come down this road?
Than that.
I get that, but she's not stopping at every mailbox. That's my point.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Look, it could be revamped. The problem is they're not revamping it.
Yeah, it could totally be revamped. Yeah. But I thought I'd heard one time that they were thinking about cutting the mail service down. I hate that for people because that's their job. And you hate that for people, for the workers. Well, that's the same thing of Walmart. They're knocking jobs out too because they do self-checkouts.
All they've got to do is attrition. When somebody quits, they don't, hire somebody back.
But then it gets put on somebody else because somebody have to do it.
Ooh, I hate that.
The mail, that's a...
What are we doing? I just said we're cutting back on days a week that they're delivering. So now we're doing away with...
So when people quit, don't replace them and cut back on your mail days.
We've cut back on mail days, so what does that mean?
People's got to go find something else.
So, but you've got people... So we're cutting back on our mail routes as people have quit. So we've got Mary Jane over here that retired. We're not filling her spot. And then we've got somebody else that put in their 2 weeks notice. So we're getting to the point now, hey, we can start implementing these programs, these changes we want to do. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So that way I'm not cutting people across the board and looking like a bad guy. We're just letting everything work out the way it is. That's how you do it. And this would have already been implemented if they'd have done that. Instead of, let's think about doing something. No.
I don't know. I wonder what the big holdup is.
When you're losing billions of dollars, it's the federal stinking government. That's the holdup.
I got you. But what if I need to mail a letter? So you're not saying take it away totally.
No, don't take it away totally.
You're just not going to get it every day.
What's the big deal?
Because what if I have an uncle up here and...
That's fine. Listen, if we know we're not doing 6 day a week delivery, I know now that I can't send my letter and it gets somewhere at a certain time. It's going to take
It's going to take forever.
It's going to take 5 days longer. We know that. That's part of it now. So hey, we need to mail this out earlier instead of waiting. We can do this.
Make it work.
Yes, it's not that hard. It shouldn't be with mailing. Oh my! It took 11 days to get there. Well, yes, because we've talked about this. We know this because they're not picking up our mail and delivering it as often as they used to.
I got you.
Does that make sense?
It makes total sense.
Okay. Then how come me sitting here in Alabama that don't know nothing, ain't got a clue, no education, can figure out how to run the Postal Service? But you'll have the postal people that'll be listening to this like, well, you don't understand how this works. Well, you're right. And I know stuff that you don't know how it works, too. So
You can't hide over
I'm
there.
just saying it. We'll figure it out. You can't look. It's all changed
His hands are
between
going everywhere.
between everything electronic and all that. Everything has changed. Their workload has decreased. But if they're not hiring, and maybe they've done this, people still have a workload because they don't have as many people. I get it. I understand, but there's ways to figure this out.
I will have to say, at work, we have tried other ways besides mailing because we think people don't. Number one, it seems like it takes them longer to get their stuff now. And number two, we think they just don't open it because
they think it's junk.
Yeah. Right.
I never check the mail.
Right.
I would never check the mail because I don't want to know what's coming in the mail.
It's junk.
Well, I don't know. A bill that I wasn't expecting. That's why I'm not opening up the mail,
right.
and that's why I'm not checking the mailbox.
Let me tell you what it's been for the past month and a half.
Hold on. Election.
That's
political
all
stuff.
It's been. Why don't they take that money that they spend on that and they spend on that mailing and they put it into some kind of charity or something? Is somebody else paying for all that?
It's part of their campaign funds. They are trying to get your vote. They're not putting that money into. That is their money. They are not giving it to the children that need it. Or you've lost your mind.
I'm not even looking at those flyers. They go in the garbage if they don't sit. Well, they don't sit in the car right now because I'm in between trucks.
Well,
so I've actually been better, and it goes to the garbage.
Amanda, you don't understand. There's people that study this. And it might be 22% of people actually look at those flyers and the rest of them throw it away.
Almost every day. I just deleted one, something about.
Yeah. 78% throw them away. 22 look at it. We need those. And out of those 22, you might get 10% of them. And that's a certain amount of votes. That's the way they look at it.
And you think I'm going to believe what's on that flyer?
It's the same thing. It's all that they stand with Trump. They're not going to take your guns away. I won't let them.
I don't care.
Your First Amendment is important to me.
I don't care.
I go to church every Sunday.
Stop.
They have to put that out there. It is. Look, every one of them. They've got to put it out there.
I wish y'all could see him. I should video him right now. He's
Look,
hot.
I'm telling you. No, I'm just
day.
telling you. It's like a game thing. So when they're doing their commercials and stuff, it's the person that's producing at the company, whatever. They're like, all right, make sure you've got if it's a woman, make sure you got a cross visible on a necklace so they can see it, so they know that you're a believer. And then you're going to have to say something about that. All right, next thing you're going to say is, we can't let the federal government get any bigger because people like that. They give them these, it's the same thing. And then they've got to stand with the president. You know, we back the president because he did this, he did that, the border, blah, 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 blah. So you got me, y'all.
We're not talking politics, honey.
I know, but we were
talking mail, and
I'm trying to explain to you how this works.
What we've been getting for the past
trying
months.
to explain to you how this works.
I understand how it works. I understand.
And I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I'm just saying that's their talking points, every one of them. That's what they think.
If anybody ever wants to sit in on this podcast and talk politics with
they
Jody,
have to
please
put that out there to let you know.
I will let you, because I'm not a politics person.
Yeah.
But he will sit with you.
I'm just saying, if you're a Republican and you're a candidate and you put a commercial out there, why are you telling me that I'm going to be there to stand up for your gun rights? I know.
Sorry I brought this up,
I
y'all.
know you're going to. I know you are. You don't have to tell me.
Sorry.
Now back to our program.
Well, let's end on a fun note. Are you done?
I ain't even close to being done.
Holy crap. What in the world?
I was going to explain.
Oh, you're going to give statistics.
Well, I'm not going to go through any of it now.
Why?
I was going to tell you when it started, when it was founded, how it slowly progressed. But I'm not going to do any of that. The Pony Express, I was going to talk about that for a minute. You know, the first
So now
mail
you're mad at me
carriers.
because I got you off on another tangent.
Well, you're making it sound like we're about to wrap this thing up. And before we do, let me get my thing.
I forgot you.
I mean, they had
dog
dog sleds to carry the mail.
pigeons.
I don't know about pigeons. Maybe I didn't read that part. The whole thing about, rain, snow, nothing can keep the mail person from delivering. We got all that.
They deliver.
You're making me leave a lot of stuff out. But I'll tell you, I will skip all that, and I will go tell you the stats. Total employees, there's about 639,000 people employed with the Postal Service. 533 career employees. You know what that is? I'll tell you what non-career are. 106,000 non-career, which is temporary or part-time.
Gotcha.
So basically full-time people is a career employee. That's kind of crazy how they put it like that.
Why they single them out?
I know. By job type, mail carriers, 319,400. This is just a slight estimate. Pretty close. Mail sorters or processors are 106,000. Clerks, which is retail or customer service, 74,000.
I used to deliver mail.
Did you? Oh, you did, didn't you? On a golf cart, didn't you?
On a golf cart.
That sounds exciting. Was it pretty fun?
No, absolutely not. That's where I was on 9/11, on the golf cart.
Yeah.
What else you got?
All right, vehicles and infrastructure. Vehicles, there is about 257,894 vehicles. It's one of the largest fleets in the world. So when we're talking about that, we're talking about from the 18-wheelers all the way down to the small, what are those, the little vans, the mail carrier vans? I don't even know what they're called. I don't even know who makes them. If you look on them, there's no Ford. There's no Chevy.
Oh,
there's no,
really?
No, there's nothing like that. So I don't know what chassis it is, but the body is specially made. Facilities, 8,500 plus owned buildings and 22,000 plus leased buildings. So we're talking over.
So you're leasing buildings, so that's another expense.
Yeah. So, so 30,000 buildings total. So the annual operating costs and the revenue. Revenue is 2025 was 80.5 billion. Expenses for the same year was 89.8 billion. You know what that means? That's $9 billion in the hole. 9 billion, with a B, billion in 1 year. Billion. 9 billion. Do I need to say it again? 9 billion.
Because the only money they're bringing in is what we pay for stamps and what businesses.
Well, that's how they're trying to, their revenue. They're trying to generate revenue, but guess what? When that doesn't make it, that's when our tax dollars kick in. Actually, what you could say is our tax dollars kick in and pay for all this, and then the money that they make off the stamps and stuff still don't help support it. Either way.
Man.
2024 revenue was 79.5 billion, and the expenses was 89.5 billion. That's $10 billion we lost year before last. So 9 billion last year, 10 billion the year before that. 2023, 78 billion in revenue, 85 billion in expenses. So that's 7 billion we lost then. Do you see a trend?
Yeah.
Not making any money. Let's see. So the cumulative losses since 2007, somebody give me a drum roll. It's about 120 billion with a B dollars. $120 billion since 2007. Do you understand? That's 19 years.
Right.
All right, let's go to salaries. All right, this is 2024 data. So all postal workers, $57,870 a year. That's the average. Clerks, $61,613. Mail carriers, $57,490. Sorters/processors, $56,530.
I'd rather sort it than carry it.
So
then if a carrier's not making any more than a sorter.
Yeah, so a low end range is 42,000 and your high end is 75,000 plus. So not a bad job.
No, it's not bad.
It's just a federal job.
I bet they got good benefits though. What the heck was that?
There's a pension. It's defined benefit pension after retirement based on salary plus years of service. Thrift savings plan, that's government version of a 401k, includes employer matching, retiree health benefits, access to federal health insurance, often coordinated with Medicare. All right, this is important now. The USPS has struggled with retirement funding obligations, which has contributed heavily to their financial losses. When you have pensions, when these companies have pensions, you'll find a lot of cities, city workers, federal workers, all that. When it comes to pensions, that's where a lot of the downfall, a lot of the debt is, because they have to keep up with these big pensions when these people retire. In 2026, they even paused some pension contributions temporarily to conserve cash. Now we're talking this year.
2020. That's what I was about to
so
say.
we're
That
not
just
far
clicked.
in.
You just said 2026.
Yeah. So that tells you right now, here we go again. We're not gonna make any money. All right. Key takeaways. I'm not gonna get into all that. How about that? Let's talk about the last thing we'll talk about is their deliveries. How much do they deliver? What's their volume? What do you think? Daily? A year? Crazy numbers, you think?
I don't know.
Daily volume, total mail, which is everything, 371 million pieces per day. Packages only, 23.9 million per day. So that means 4,300 pieces of mail every second. Packages are only 6 to 8% of total volume, but they bring in a big chunk of revenue. So that's where they make their money, is off packages. Their yearly totals, total mail per year, 112.5 billion pieces. Packages per year, 7+ billion packages. The USPS is still the largest delivery network in the U.S., handling more total pieces than UPS and FedEx combined in many categories. Would you not think that's different? Who does Amazon? That comes through the mail, does it not? Or is it contracted?
Some of it depends.
Okay, but
sometimes it comes
so
through
it's
the
different?
mail. Sometimes it comes from Amazon.
I thought they were contracted out with somebody.
I don't know.
So why is the Postal Service, why are they not profitable? So mail is collapsing, it says. We understand that, right? From their original business model. First class mail, letters, bills, etc. has dropped massively since the 2000s. Email, online billing, and digital ads replaced it. Problem, letters used to be high profit. Packages grew, but not enough. Packages are increasing due to e-commerce, but they're more expensive to deliver and more competitive since you got UPS, FedEx, and Amazon. So they don't fully replace their lost letter profits. They're talking about packages are profitable, but as the packages have gotten bigger and bigger, it's not as profitable. Deliver to everyone mandate. Did you know that? The post office is required by law to deliver to every address in America, including rural and non-profitable areas, at uniform pricing. Private companies don't do this. They skip low-profit routes. I don't know about that. Do you think? If I got something from UPS that's coming, I guess if I live too far out of town, they're going to be like, you got to come meet us. We're not going out there.
I don't know.
Maybe in the Midwest, places like that, where there's a house every 32 miles.
Maybe.
That's not factual. I'm just throwing a number out there.
Not sure.
Okay. So that's pretty much it.
Is that all you got?
So now you know.
Now you know. Well, you know what?
What's that?
The United States Postal Service doesn't deliver Chuck Norris's mail. It asks permission.
I heard that.
So there you go.
So we're back to Chuck Norris memes.
I had to do it.
All right. Well, I didn't mean to get on the...
No, we still got something else.
Oh, do we? Go ahead.
I don't remember when we talked about it.
It doesn't matter. Just tell us. We got to go. We got a certain amount of time. You know, we have to pay if it goes over.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it next time.
I'm just kidding.
So maybe it was last week's episode. It's been within the last couple of episodes, I think, when we talked about cereal and toys.
Yes.
Stuff.
3 episodes ago. We did. Yeah, we were talking about what happened to the toys that used to be in cereal, and we discussed all that. Check it out. I don't remember what episode. I'll tell you in a minute. Go ahead, Meta.
So yesterday, as I was scrolling Facebook, I seen Fruit Loops. The picture drew my attention with a Toy Story toy. And I'm like, what? And it says, this is from ABC News. If you've missed rooting around in the cereal box for a toy, you're in luck. W.K. Kellogg Company announced it's including toys in some of its breakfast cereal for the first time in more than a decade. Special edition boxes of Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops. Oh, I forgot about Apple Jacks.
I like
Apple Jacks. And Corn Pops will have plastic toys shaped like characters from Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5. Good night. Have we seen all of them?
Why don't they bring this back? I'm telling you, I really think they're missing out.
Oh, the movie is scheduled to hit in June. So Kellogg's is bringing back toys in the cereal for the first time in over a decade.
You know what I think they need to do? I think like Doritos, Frito-Lay, they need to offer some kind of toy inside there. Because, they do all the Marvel movies. Any kind of movie that comes out, they've got an advertisement on their bags. Why don't they throw out something?
Yeah. But how crazy is that? We just talked about that, and then that pops up.
It was episode 68. So it was 3 episodes ago. Actually 4 when this one comes out. So that is crazy.
Yeah.
I think they're really missing out. If you advertise a toy inside the box, cereal is so expensive anyway. How much more?
It is. It is so expensive.
What's 15 more cents? Charge us 15 more cents for that box of cereal if you're going to give us a decent toy. A decent toy now.
This is supposed to be
I want like a Lego. I want something nice. I want a Lego figurine.
You're going to get a Woody figurine.
Well, he's kind of ugly.
He's weird looking.
Yes.
Surely it'll be color. It'll look like Woody. It's not going to be just a gold piece of...
You know what?
I don't know.
There's a snake in my boot.
Peace out.